No question, quantum computing is one of those innovative technologies that is going to be skyrocketing here. And in this episode, we're going to show you really quickly how to find federal contracting opportunities, more specifically, funding opportunities for the federal government to invest in your startup or your quantum computing technology. Here we are at SBIR.gov. This is Small Business Innovative Research. STTR is for small businesses, usually partnered with a nonprofit. Now, sometimes that's just for a nonprofit. You're just going to have to read. These are all just a little bit different, but typically, they are in 3 phases. First thing we're going to do is go to topic areas. You want to find a topic, some are broad, some are specific, that your technology could potentially fit into. You want to see what the government is looking for. I'm just going to type in quantum computing, search. Okay, this gave me 2 results. Play with the keywords. There's a lot of different topics. I think it said there were over 200 right now, and they drop periodically. Okay, so we've got 2 here. This is the shortest, so I'm going to just click on it. I'm not a quantum computing expert. As you know, I'm a federal contracting expert. So I'm just showing you how to find the opportunity. This is quantum algorithms for military cargo transport. So if you're interested in this, you can read the objective, which says, hey, develop and document algorithms and quantum computer specifications for solving military cargo transport. And, there's a lot of other details here as well. Now, when you read through this, you're going to get an idea of what the government's actually looking for. You're going to see here that there are 3 phases. Now, phase 1 is typically some type of study that you're going to be on the hook for. Usually it's not too much funding, usually around 150 grand for a phase 1. But that can lead to a phase 2. And I've seen phase 2s well north of 1.9 million. If you listen to our podcast, you know that there are a lot of startups, tech startups in particular, that have won multiple SIPs, over $10 million in funding to help develop their solution. And then they sell commercially. One of the nice things is you usually retain all of the IP, you retain complete control of your company. This is obviously different than if you were taking angel investing or, some type of venture capital funding. The next thing I'm going to do really quickly is I want to make sure that I'm tracking this opportunity. So I'm going to go to GovClose real quick. I want to go to the right pipeline. So I am going to see, we're going to drop down here, go to the SBIR pipeline. I'm going to create my new opportunity. All right, so we've created the opportunity so we can track it in GovClose. It's just the CRM that we use for federal contracting and winning contracts and tracking them through all the steps that we need to take. Now, the next thing you want to do after let's say you read all this, you're like, hey, this looks good. This matches what we're doing. You want to take a look here, the official link for the solicitation. Okay. It's going to give you more information. It's going to tell you how to write your proposal. It's going to tell you what the funding limits are. Okay. Now, there's a couple key things here. This is an STTR. All right. So you're going to have to read through this one. This may not be the right one for you, but if this is yours, you may have to partner with a university. Bad news is you have to share a little bit of the profit, right? If it allows for this. But the good news is STTRs are typically less competitive. So by partnering with a nonprofit, you could potentially have a much more competitive proposal, and your odds of winning, it could be a lot higher. Okay. Each one's a little bit different. This is Air Force, DOD, Air Force, STTR, phase 1. Okay. So this is going to be a phase 1, 24B. And the reason that I'm going through all this is it's going to be important when we click on this link. So remember, this is quantum algorithms for military cargo transport. This could apply to anything, right? Any technology, you find something in here that you want to apply for. You want to go to that link next, so we can now find some of the source documents. You want to find more information. How much work is it going to be to write this thing? How much is it worth? So we know that 24B, SBIR, STTR, coming down here. Now, I want you to look. This says SBIR 24.2. This says STTR 24.B. All right. Now we know this is an STTR because I made you read that in the last screen. So we're going to go here. We also know that it is an Air Force STTR, right? So I'm going to click on that. Now, the beginning of this document is important. It's going to tell you what the phase 1 proposal submission looks like. Okay. It's going to, and by the way, you're going to want to click on that link. You are going to want to read through all of this. It's going to tell you, hey, these are the volumes, cost, technical. company commercialization report. Going to give you a lot of the answers that you probably have questions for right now. So you're going to read through all of that. It's also going to talk about funding in here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick search for cargo. Okay. And I already did this. It's pulling it up. Now it says quantum cargo. So for the phase 1, the maximum value is 180,000. Again, this is a phase 1, right? You're doing a study. You're not even, you're not developing the demo or the whatever they're asking for yet. Could be a product, could be an initial product. Now, prototype. Now, as I keep clicking through here, I did that just to get to this page. After the instructions on how to write this, I want to go to the exact solicitation for the one that I'm applying for, which is quantum algorithms for military cargo transport. Now, you want to read through this. It's going to give you a lot of the same that you got from the other website, but you want to make sure that you're in the correct solicitation. So if you can't find, and this is usually coming at the back end of one of these SBIR, STTR instructions, it should have all the topics listed. So if you search for T003 or quantum algorithms for military cargo transport and you don't find it, then you might have the wrong instructions. All right. So especially with this one, it would be easy to go to the SBIR instructions instead of the STTR. So make sure you go to the right instructions. Make sure you get in here. It's going to give you everything at the beginning from how you're going to submit to when it's due. Make sure you take all that into account and just put together a strong proposal. Now, there are lots of tips and tricks. I have SBIR videos. I have SBIR podcasts on the DoD Contract Academy podcast. So that's any iTunes. All of that's free. And of course, if you want more help with something like this, you can go to govclose.com. Hopefully this was helpful. That's just giving you a little bit of, hey, how can I find some of those quantum computing, federal contracts, some of those funding efforts where I can get some of that seed capital for my business. All right. Take care.